Hey everyone, Enfys here, and finally back with another video for you guys. And today we're gonna be talking about the newest tune that came out in the game, which is Enfys. She's amazing. I got her to 7 stars. I think it was worth it. She is one of the best tunes that came out in the game next to Sion. Her kit is amazing. She's a combination of OG Han, CLS, and Wampa together in one kit. And yeah, so I'm going to be talking about her kit briefly and how she works, and then I'm going to be plugging her into various teams and show you some gameplay with her and how she works. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. So her first moveset says cut through, says deal physical damage to target enemy and expose them for 1 turn. This could work really well with JTR teams, and if the target had any defensive buffs, dispel them. This can't be evaded. So this is really good. And then they go on giving you what defensive buffs are, and they list all of them. So this is a pretty good move so far. So sudden impact is next. So it says deal physical damage to target enemy, stun them for 1 turn, and inflict buff immunity for 3 turns. If the target had any protection, this attack deals 50% more damage and ignores armor. That's really good. Does buff immunity and stuff like that. It's really good. That's like a CLS move right there. Next move is Kinetite charge, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So it says deal physical damage to all enemies, daze them for 2 turns. So that's screaming Wampa to me right there. And then remove 20% turn immunity from each enemy that had full health, and gain 40% turn immunity for each enemy with less than full health. This attack can't be evaded or countered or evaded. Wow, so this is a pretty good move set. And then the Zeta ability upgrade goes add taunt ignore, which I did already. I rezated it. Add taunt ignore. So this is another like a CLS moves like tune kind of, because CLS can ignore taunts. Enfys can ignore taunts too. So I think this is the second tune I believe in the game that can do this, like CLS. And then the ability reads Nest has 80% counter chance, plus 80% counter chance, and ignores taunt during her turn. Whenever Nest is damaged by an attack, she gains 30% critical chance and 40% bonus protection stacking. This bonus protection increases by an additional 40% each time. Both bonuses expire and reset at the end of her next turn. Whenever an enemy loses a buff or debuff, Nest gains 2% critical damage and health steal, stacking until the end of the counter. So this is another great aspect to her ability and her kit. This means like heavy attacks like CLS, you know, regular CLS comps can't kill her if they keep attacking her and she's not going to take a turn. So my theory crafts, like as of now, some like maybe have her really slow so she doesn't take turns and just like indestructible against JTRs or Rex teams. Or another one is have her uber fast and she does like kinetic charge, then like puts like buff immunity and does exposes and stuff like that, and ignores taunts at the same time. This is an amazing kit, amazing tune this year. So I highly recommend, if you guys are like really thinking, should I spend on this tune? Like, do you need to? You don't need to spend it. Like, you could use it at 4 stars. I have a shard mate that's using it at 4 stars. Does pretty well. I mean, it's pretty low health. Stats wise, yeah, it's pretty mine's maxed out besides the gear 12. I need those gear 12 pieces, but yeah, it's pretty tanky. That's the only thing you're gonna be missing. But like the abilities and all that stuff and the Zeta upgrade, it's gonna be the same throughout any star level, so it does not matter. So if you guys are really inclined to spend, I'd recommend. This tune is really amazing all throughout the game. In terms of modding, as you guys can see, I did critical damage and critical chance. She hits pretty hard, so that it would make sense. You want her to crit a lot, so critical chance. I have her really slow, so as I said, I'm testing a really slow speed. Maybe that's going to be good on defense. I have usually my speeds with her are like 270s and above. But it's perfectly fine to run her slow. You know, I'm just testing it out and seeing how it goes. So that's it for the intro. Now let's get into some gameplay with her. Alright, so the first battle that I'm going to be doing is obviously EP, the meta. I'm going to be using EP and plugging in Enfys as a 5th, and let's see how it goes. Theoretically, it's going to be pretty good because Enfys adds a lot of debuffs to the opposing team, which is really good against EP lead. So that's like my initial thinking. Anything as a 5th in EP teams that like complements Palpatine's leadership ability and the whole team in general is pretty good. I usually like adding like a tank, like maybe GK or a Sith trooper. It holds a little bit better, like in my experience. But yeah, this is just testing. Currently I have this on defense, this specific team on defense. I'm gonna be unlocking Triad really soon on on Monday, I believe. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm preparing like the best defense to see if my Shard can beat it. Yeah, so basically, I mean, this is kind of like an RNG game right now, like EP versus EP, as everyone knows and everyone hates. Like, I have faster. Actually, no, this guy is the fastest EP on the Shard. But you know, I managed to beat it. It's really tough against faster EP teams, but like with RNG, sometimes it's like not even an advantage, because literally these kind of battles depend on RNG if they're in your favor or not. Because I sometimes like face slower speed EP teams, and I still sometimes lose because RNG just like screws me over. So I go ahead and decide to annihilate Scion. Maybe I should have done Annihilate, because Thrawn, as you guys will see, will go ahead and just swap Terminator, and boom, I got annihilated. Mistakes like that could cost you battles sometimes. So you know, I usually always annihilate Nihilus just in case, because you know, Nihilus is just like a ticking time bomb before you annihilate someone. Sometimes you can annihilate up to like 2 times or 3 times. I mean, that's like worst case scenario. You don't want to be in that scenario. But yeah, looking so good so far. I mean, we're pretty much over. Their Nihilus is almost down. Enfys Nest really provided a good utility to the battle. She gave days to like the opposing team, more like debuffs, and then that's really good, as I said, under EP lead. So that's pretty much it for this battle. She added pretty good utility. I think she's pretty good in this team. And let's move on to the next gameplay. Alright, so the next team I'm going to be using is a Rex-led team, my favorite. I always use this on offense nowadays. And that's going to change when I unlock Traya. But anyway, so I'm going to be testing out basically the team that I've been saying this can auto, but instead of a Wampa as 5th and instead of Visas as 5th, that's going to be Enfys Nest. I might do a video if this can auto, but once I get Traya, it's going to change up. No one's going to play the Scion and Nihilus without Traya, especially me. So but let me know if you guys want to see something like that. Anyway, so I mean, it's pretty much, if you guys seen my auto videos for Rex auto videos, it's pretty much the same thing. You just go ahead and try to survive, try to annihilate, put tenacity up, switch. Again, unfortunately we got fractured here, which is bad, and then we got cooldowns, but we're almost looking good and taking care of their Rex. Their Rex is down. Yeah, so and he has Mother Talzin, so if he does that lock with Plague and Daze, if I can heal myself up and cleanse that Plague, it cannot be dispelled, which sucks. But luckily I got my tenacity up right before that happened, and we're looking good so far. So as you guys can see, like, everyone's damaging Nest, but Nest is just getting protection and stacking protection, and she's fractured, so she can't even make a move. So against Nest, if you're playing JTR, you don't want to fracture. You don't want to just keep hitting her, because she's going to keep stacking, that protection. Now look how much protection I have. Once she takes the next turn, she's going to lose all that, unfortunately. So that's why I'm testing like a slower build of Nest and see how it goes. But yeah, we're looking good, really good so far. Yeah, it was a pretty easy win. Nest added like a lot. She basically kind of replaces Wampa in a sense. I don't want to talk smack about Wampa. I just got it to 7 stars. It's amazing, especially with the 2 bayonets. It's really good. I believe in the next gameplay I'm going to be playing Nest with Wampa. I believe. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And we're finishing this on auto. The main key point is you guys can use it at 3 or 4 stars, but it's just not gonna be taking up. But all the other abilities are gonna carry over. So yeah. Oh yeah, so I am gonna be playing Wampa and Nest and Mother Talzin to add icing to the cake and make it really nasty. If we could get that Plague lock where they can't dispel the Plague or dispel any debuffs with that Plague, it's gonna be nasty. So let's see, we're gonna be putting some Days. We got some Days. Wish I had Sign here in this case so you could dispel that stealth. But yeah, so we got some Plague. We got Plague on BB8 or 2 and GK. Now they can't dispel that Daze even if GK does the Retribution move. Yeah, we're looking good so far. So just like, you know, buff immunity, GK, yeah. And keep in mind, guys, Nest can ignore taunts. In this particular videos, I don't think I've, you know, demonstrated that well enough like that it can ignore taunts, but Nest can ignore taunts. So literally you could just, you know, if they have a bunch, like if they have an annoying tank like GK, you could just ignore it and like hit whatever else you want. So it's like basically like a CLS 2.0, which is really good. I'm trying to theorcraft maybe a team with like CLS and Nest together, maybe something like that. We'll see what I come up with. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any theorcraft suggestions on that. And any theorcraft suggestions with Nest. I know some people said for me to test out Boba lead with CLS and Nest and some other combinations, which I will try. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.